I could see how this country was once a beautiful place.
I don't want to accept this history. Nobody wants to accept Cambodians killing Cambodians. We're talking about over 2 million people who died. They all said the same thing. I did what I did because I was given these orders to execute. And I asked them, but you had the power to stop the killings. And they said, if I intervene, I would be killed or my family would be killed. It was the situation at the time. People can just turn their back and say, it's not my problem. It happened 35 years ago. I don't need to get involved. Oh, the court, there's not going to be any justice. Let the past be the past. But the problem is, the past keeps coming back and haunting the living survivors. They're either too afraid to speak out, or they suffer in silence. I'm determined to help the survivors find justice. I'm learning that it's not black and white, this whole story.
It doesn't matter what happened. The court is taking care of that. Now, whether you trust the court or not, they're trying in their own mechanical, slow, simple approach. I'm interested in what Pang and the survivors and her and myself, how we come to terms, how we can move it forward, and not necessarily depending on these fucking Khmer Rouge that are on trial right now, depending on them to give us truth. I think we want our country to move forward. And so we come here to a culture that is oppressed, that is affected by this war. And I see the pain in you guys. I see the sorrow.
And I think this is the right time, 35 years after the genocide, in the backdrop of the Khmer Rouge tribunal. Now I see people more willing to speak, both on the perpetrator side as well as the survivors.
Of course, we already met Pang. The guy lives in a mountain. He's hiding out. He's got a kid and he's poor. And being a son or a daughter to a mass murderer. Is that fair for him?
This is living and breathing a real-life story that millions of Cambodians have gone through. I almost feel as if they're speaking from the dead. Don't give up. It's too hard.
I want to be able to capture the human spirit, the happiness, like Pang, his approach to like, you know, to forgive, to want to talk to about now. How can we move forward? The survivors, the joy of hanging out with family, the joy of hanging out with each other, the joy of seeing me and her trying to help them. I think that we all have this pain, this hurt. And I keep telling you, it's this deep wound